Hey everyone! So I'm going to start on this pack of puzzles. I have probably 7 or 8 of these packages of the 500 piece 4-count jigsaw puzzles of the Thomas Kinkade Disney. So these are made by Ceaco, some of them are made by Schmidt, but Ceaco originally did them, I believe. So I'm going to start on this one, and I usually go from the top across to the bottom. I've already done these ones before, and I really liked them. So I'm going to do the Lion King first, and I have them all in here. So we'll get started on the Lion King, and then the next video will probably be Peter Pan, and Princess and the Frog, and then the Jungle Book. So one thing that I don't like about these packs, some of them do and some of them don't have a poster inside that shows you a bigger picture of the image. So on these ones that don't have a poster, I kind of just have to go off of this image. So it kind of makes it a little bit harder to do. Especially right here where it cuts off the bottom. So you can't really see what's right there. I mean, they have a smaller image on the side, but then it makes the image even smaller and harder to see the details. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'm gonna start by, of course, sorting my puzzle in this orders. I usually will do characters in one, plants in another, sky, and then any other random things that are in the picture I'll put in these. So we'll get started on the Lion King. I remember when I did this one last time, it was kind of hard because the image is a little distorted on the pieces themselves. So you kind of get lost in here with the monkeys and stuff like that. I'll kind of bring that up so you can see. But it was still fun. I mean, and the sky is kind of the same color as well. So that was a little difficult. But I mean, it's not the hardest one I've ever done. So we'll get started. Okay, so as I said, this one is kind of hard because of the darker pieces. So I've kind of separated them as sky pieces and kind of grass pieces. These I think are all character pieces. And then these are, I'm pretty sure this is Pride Rock, but they might be mixed up. Sometimes I get really stuck on the sorting because I want everything to be in the right place, but I've been trying to realize that it all comes out in the wash. So when the puzzle's finished, every piece will be in its place. So I've been trying not to get too hung up on it. I just had some birds in here, and I decided to kind of put them back in here so I can do those birds so they won't separate it into 2 places. So what I usually do is I usually try and do the characters first. That way I kind of have a base to work around after I get done with the edges. And I always put my edge pieces out. Or my corner pieces out with my edges so that I can find them easily. So I'm probably going to do characters first, and then I'll probably work on this grass, trees, stuff like that. And then I'll probably move to either probably to Pride Rock and then the sky. I usually do the sky last because for me, I'm not a big fan of the sky and it usually takes me a long time because there's a lot of the same color pieces. So I usually do that last. But that's my plan. So let's get started. Okay guys, so here we have the edge. Sorry about my hand on the camera earlier. I had to adjust it because it wasn't fitting in the screen. So I've noticed with the Ceaco puzzles, sometimes it's hit or miss with the cut because sometimes you get a really good blade that has cut them and so they fit together really well, and sometimes you don't and you get one that's kind of dull. And so the pieces don't always fit together and they kind of fall apart. So sometimes you can't tell where a piece goes, if it's right or if it's wrong. And so that gets a little frustrating. But obviously once you get it done, you know if you put the right piece in there or not. So I've noticed that, and then usually when that happens, it is the whole box that's like that. The whole box will be dull, this dull cut. So this one is like that, where you're not really sure if the pieces fit together or not, because they don't stay together very well. So just a little observation of mine on these. So next I'm gonna do the characters, and then I will be doing, like I said, the grass areas, and then Pride Rock, and then the sky. And with Pride Rock, I think I'm gonna start in this little bottom area with purple, because I think that'll be easiest if you can kind of see that. There's the purple. So yeah, let's get started. All right, everybody, well, we're done. This is the finished Lion King puzzle. And like I said, as you can see, these pieces don't really fit together very well. So it was very hard to put it together. There's a lot of gaps and spacing in between. And like I said, the sky is not my favorite, and that's what took me the longest. So I should have just separated my pieces by shape to begin with, and it probably would have been a lot easier. But that's that one. The next one I'm going to be doing is Peter Pan, which I'll probably either do tomorrow or next week sometime. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.